running gun with the 1022. Go! Move up, move up! Get in some cover. There you go. That's actually really fun to do with 1022.
Hello my friends, it's Gabriel with the Last Huntsman channel here, and I've been working on this video for probably a couple of years now, and I'm finally going to do my impressions and my thoughts and my overall review, I guess, of the Ruger 1022 rifle. So stay tuned. Alright, so the Ruger 1022 rifle. Why do I like these rifles? Well, one, they have a good track record. They've been in production since the 1960s, 1964 if I recall right. They work great. I mean, I occasionally have some issues with it, but for the most part, compared to most 22 semi-auto rifles, it works pretty good. Usually, if there is an issue, it's ammo or magazine related. But yes, these rifles, I think, has been a mainstay for preppers, survivalists, homesteaders, or just people that likes to get out and have fun. Let's see why.
50 yards with the Ruger 1022. That's steel down there.
Alright, and so, as you guys can see, these things can be very fun to shoot. And, these rifles, I think, are one of the most fun guns to shoot. You can shoot them all day long, and, hell, you can buy a big box of ammo. I like the Federal ammo. It seems the most reliable for bulk ammo. But, you can shoot them all day long, and they don't cost a whole lot to shoot. And that goes into another point. With these 1022 rifles, as you can see, I do some drills with them, some running guns and such. And where that matters for this rifle is, do I take this as a serious defensive rifle? We'll get into that, but the main thing that I like about it is that it's great for training. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but I do not have the money or the funds to go out and bang 5.56 or 308 or even 9mm on a regular basis. However, 22 is very affordable to shoot. 22, I can shoot 22 pretty regularly, and yes, I know the ergonomics and the operation and all that isn't the same as your AR or whatever like that. However, it does keep your shooting fundamentals up to par. So, all right, so we'll talk about the accuracy of the 10-22. I know there are people that literally dumps thousands of dollars, like over $1,200 into a 10-22, and they'll put match grade barrel, this and such and such and such and such, and yes, they can get super great accuracy. In my experience, the factory barrel is pretty accurate as is. Will I say it's the most accurate? No, it's not. But it is pretty accurate, and it's accurate enough to get squirrels. And as you can see, I've used this for a squirrel rifle, a rabbit rifle, for quite a number of times, and so it's proven itself. Now, another topic we might discuss is a homesteading or survivalist or prepper's rifle. Well, the 10-22 has its track record, and that's what I think sells it more than any other semi-auto 22, is the fact that these have been around for a long time. They're like the AR-15 of the rimfire market. There's literally just tens of thousands of parts and aftermarket stuff you can do with it. As you can see, I like these Magpul stocks on here. It really makes the ergonomics and the weight and everything just nice.
Got the Ruger 10-22 with the Bushnell AR-223 little 1x4 scope on it. I'm gonna be shooting at it 100 yards with it, with just a 1 to 4x little scope with a 22. Let's see what we can do here.
So as you'll see, this is not how this rifle came. This one was specifically the collector's series, and what made it different from most of the 10-22s was that it came with the Ruger American style stock on it, which I actually liked better than the regular just black synthetic stock. But the main reason why I went with the collector series was, as you can see, these sights here, it has a rear aperture sight system, which I personally like a lot more than your traditional just flip up buckhorn sights. I think these are a much more superior sighting system. Now I know you can buy aftermarket ones, but the collector series rifles had that already on it, and so that's what made me go with that model. But after a while, the stock left a little to be desired, and I looked at these Magpul stocks for quite a long time, and I was kind of skeptical because they are kind of on the pricey side for a 10-22 stock, ranging generally about 140 bucks is what I've seen. Now they kind of vary, and you know, at the time of this video type of thing too, but I got this thing and it really just made this rifle cool. And another change I made to this rifle was originally I had a 1x4 Bushnell scope on here. After a while, I got to where I didn't like that Bushnell scope because it was too heavy and made this rifle heavy. And so I wanted something just quick, light, that I could pack around, because I carry this rifle a lot with me out into the woods and such. And so I wanted something a little handier and just quicker acquisition. And so right now I have the Primary Arms MDS Micro Red Dot on here. And this thing really made this rifle a whole lot different, just because, one, it just made it so light and handy to carry, but also it's just quick and works great. It has 50,000 plus hour battery life. So, I mean, carry a couple spare batteries with you and you're probably good.
All right, so brother Kenny here, he's got his little 1022. He's gonna do the same run and gun course that I did. Shooter ready?
Ready.
Start. Get behind cover, get behind cover. How's that 4X scope working for you? Reload, reload, reload. Get behind cover. Roll over prone, roll over prone. All right, you're good.
All right, so we'll discuss some of the things that I think the 1022 is great for. I think this is a perfect critter getter type of gun. As you can see, I've gotten quite a few squirrels and rabbits and such with it, and it works great for that. It's accurate enough, and it, you know, dispatches critters pretty well. So like anything for your like farm or homestead, or just a good training rifle like I've discussed before to, you know, keep yourself in good, keep your shooting skills up, because shooting is a perishable skill. And so if you don't practice it on a regular basis, which I don't know anybody that, unless if they're just getting ammo thrown at them for free, I don't know anybody that can afford to shoot 5.56 or whatever caliber on a regular basis. So these are a great alternative to keep your skills up. Another use for these would be a good backpacking rifle, as long as you don't put too much garbage on them, which I see a lot of people do. These are light and handy, and I could strap this on my pack and go hike all day with it. And that's why I keep the factory little pencil barrel on there, is just for that reason. Now let's get into defense. Would this is kind of a big iffy subject, and a lot of people get pissed off one way or the other, would a 1022 be a great defensive rifle, like defending your land and homestead and property, life and limb and all that good stuff? The short answer I'm going to say is no. No, it's not. It's not going to compare to 5.56, you know, AR-15 or anything like that. It doesn't have near enough power to dispatch a potential threat. And I mean, for example, I've shot raccoons right in the head with one of these little 1022 rounds, or little 22 LR rounds, pick your flavor, and it still needs a second shot, you know. And so, you know, 22 is not a great defensive option by no means. And also, though I think a 1022 rifle is a great reliable semi-auto, rimfires in general are just known to not be like 100% reliable. I've had some hiccups with this. Even before filming this video, I had a couple hiccups. And like I said, most of the times it's ammo and magazine related, but it's a lot of times too, it's just the nature of rimfire in general. And so I would not trust my life in a defensive scenario. Now, I will say the caveat on that is I do think this is a great truck gun because it is light and you can carry a lot of ammo with it. And so you can use it for not only a quick little hunting gun, but you could, worst case scenario, have to defend life and property and limb with this thing, though it would not be ideal. Another possible suggestion is if you have, you know, the crap's hit the fan for whatever reason, and you need to pass something off to a kid or something to help defend, you know, your property and your lives if need be, a 10-22 might not be as intimidating or overbearing gun for a younger person or a small statured person to use. So there is that caveat, but I would not overall suggest a 22 rifle for defense. That was neat. Alright, so my overall thoughts on one of these Ruger 1022 rifles is, well, they're a great rifle. I mean, why not? They've been around forever. They work. They got just thousands of aftermarket parts and abilities that you can do with them. And, you know, they're a great rifle for like out here on the homestead, or if you're a prepper or any kind of any reason really. I mean, even if you just want to shoot and keep up on your skills. I think they're a very fun rifle to shoot. They're accurate enough, and really there's just a plethora of things you can do with it to change it. Make it however your heart just desires your little 1022 to be. So I would suggest almost everybody should have one of these rifles if you really consider yourself any kind of gun enthusiast or you know, anything in between as far as that goes. With all that being said, be prepared both physically and spiritually. God bless, and carry on.